Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Sonia Marie, and I'm happy to be here. I write for Essence Magazine. I'm an astrologer, I'm a poet, and I'm an author as well. I have an awesome book called The Signs, an astrological memoir. If you'd like to check it out, it's only $19.99. $19.99. You can click the link in the bio, or I should say in the description box right below this thing here, and come on over, or I should say go on and purchase it, and then let me know what you think about it. That's what I mean by come on over. I'm waiting for a few people to get on in here because I love the family that we have gathered and assembled in this space. So before I do get into this weekly rundown, I want to give a couple more announcements, not too many. To be truthful with you, I'm not the best salesperson in the world. So I'm just going to tell y'all for the umpteenth time that we have 2 spots available for Mount Shasta. 2 spots, yo. After last week's rundown, people came in and swooped up a couple of spots. I was like, wow. I thought my little modest description of the bedroom might deter some people away. But actually, lo and behold, it's just what the doctor ordered for 3 people that slipped in and got that spot. So I'm grateful because we're going to have an awesome, healing, strengthening time in Mount Shasta between September 7th and the 11th of 2022. You should come with us. Again, 2 more spots avail. So go into the description box below and grab your spot. Don't be shy. Who's in the place to be? What's up, Latrice? How you doing? Jay Walker and Chelsea is here. Nia, we miss you. That's all I'm going to say. Loves love. What's up, Rachel? Crazy ass Aquarius. Hi, April Butler. Good to see you. I got your family member in my crib right now. Nicole Shands is here. Jackie B. Okay, we're just gonna say Jackie. How about that? What's up, Jackie? How you doing, Ann? D. Oh, D. Love. Where you been, baby? You been good, Leo? Rabbi Rob is here. Desiree Connor. If I missed you, my bad. Carmesita is here. And yeah, that's all I see so far right now. Okay, Lauren, what's going on? And Jenny is here. Ty. All right. Let's get started, Chelsea. Let's get started. I want to know how y'all weekend was. Was it good? Was it good? Did you get fat? All I'm going to say is that moon in Cancer creeped up on this Cancer sister on Friday and Saturday for sure. And even though I'm kind of going through a little weight loss situation, in which I'm really, really proud of, by the way, those 2 days, I couldn't stop eating during the designated times I'm supposed to. So I'm wondering, how was your weekend? Was it emotional? Did it trigger you? I don't know. I want y'all to remember this, okay? I don't think I've said this in a little while, and sometimes you have to reiterate certain understandings and points of understanding to really get this astrology thing. First of all, astrology is incredibly vast. It's just huge. Just imagine just looking up at the universe, truly going outside tonight and looking up to the sky and trying to read what the hell is going on. That's astrology. It's way too vast. It's way too much information. And honestly, it could take lifetimes for you to decipher one particular natal chart. Understand that. I want to add to that every time I come on here to do a rundown, and please keep in your mind, if you are learning from other astrologers as well, from other astrologers as well, know that it's their point of view first and foremost. It's their point of view. It's my point of view in the way I see the heavens and the way I see astrology. But also on top of that, especially if it's a transit reading like this one is, transit meaning moving, transit meaning the chart that is happening currently that will continue to go. Okay, that transit chart will be affected by you depending on what's going on in your chart. I know you know that, but you really have to know that, because that will help you to understand, honestly, how these transit aspects and what these planet or signs these planets are in, how it affects you personally. It's necessary to know your particular chart, because the way I read it could be different the way you read it. But in my opinion, I try to read it for everybody. If you want to know specifically, every time I yell out a planet in a particular sign or that aspect, if you have the education and wherewithal, go to your chart and try to figure out how that represents you. And if you don't know, take a class. If you don't know, get on Inner Village Hut next time around with me if you want. If you don't know, Google. Google got a whole bunch of shit. I'm not saying it's really, really true, but you are powerful enough to take their interpretation and spin it for your own edification. That makes sense? All right. Y'all was emotional? Laughing, quiet, Miss Butler said. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Catherine. That's so cute of you. I appreciate that. I had to get that afro together, y'all. My afro is growing, but a chick gotta like find a way to take care of it. So I put her up in some braids today. I'm so glad you caught me live too, D Stokes. I have a lot to talk about today. Greetings to you, Melissa. Aw, what up, Katrina? So y'all had a good weekend? Good, 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 good. So again, keep that in mind in regards to how you're affected by the planets, all right? And how sometimes it may come off to be the way I say it, so to speak, and sometimes it may actually hit you contrarily. Because it depends on what's going on in your particular chart. All right, with that in mind, know this. We're going to talk about a couple of downloads that's hitting my heart this week, but we're also going to talk about what's happening this week, and then I'll go ahead and read two people at the end of this. Spirit said to me as I was taking notes early this morning at the crack of dawn, this is a very practical and ritualistic type of week. I'm going to say this straight off the bat, even though we're in Aries season, listen out for so many earth sign aspects that are happening this week. Your job, if you take notes, if you're that type of listener to my YouTube channel, and you take notes, listen to everything that is in Taurus, in Capricorn, and in Virgo. Those are earth signs and how they aspect them, meaning how they relate to them. Why? Because first of all, we all have our downfalls in our celebrations, meaning that every sign, every element has its thing that it brings to the universe and it has its thing that it takes away. There's always an ebb and flow. There's always a yin yang. There's always an up and down. So the beautiful thing about air signs, earth signs that people do not give them credit for is the fact that they hold shit down, is the fact that they create rituals. Rituals and consistency is a beautiful thing to born something and to make it grow. Do y'all agree? Yes, yes, y'all. To born something, to get it knocked off. I mean, fire signs do that pretty brilliantly. They initiate things with courage and will. But after it's initiated, after it's born, like that earth sign, the second sign in its incarnation, Taurus, does itself to plant shit and make that shit grow. Y'all get that? One way of doing that, what I was told this week, is through rituals. I've been on the Village Hut for at least the last 5 weeks, talking about devising some type of rituals. But this week actually puts it in stone. And I really want to show y'all how this happens. All right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Today, the moon is in Leo. Good for me and all the other Leos out there, or I should say people that have fire sign, because it gets us going, gets our will pumped up, makes us courageous, kind of puts us out there, keeps us jolly. I never say that word. Jolly and fucking gay. I'm happy. But the bottom line is it could be a little bullying, a little forceful as well. Sometimes a little too optimistic, and sometimes, a lot of expectations. So I want y'all to do yourself a favor and grab a hold of your perspective when you decide to hold somebody up to a particular standard that may be created in you, but that they can't kind of uphold, they can't rock with. That's a real fucking thought, y'all. Sometimes we have to meet people where they are. Y'all get that, right? Even though we see their shine, even though that Leo energy sees that you can do the very, very best and be the biggest cheerleader. Again, the moon is in Leo today. Even though your chart is different, it can affect you in this way. So check it out. The bottom line is, even though you see people to be bright and beautiful, it may not be what they want. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Ask questions. That's part of this practical week. Practically, we have to ask questions sometimes before we get ourselves caught up in emotions. Y'all got that? Yes, yes, y'all. Today, the moon is trining the sun. Yeah, fire and passion and acceptance of courage. Already put that down. But the moon is in opposition of Saturn. Why? Because Saturn is in Aquarius, the moon is in Leo. Leo and Aquarius are opposite. So find a balance in your pride and your humility to create stability. Why? Because this is a practical fucking week. Download. Squirrel, here's a situation is that there's been so many different changes, and the way I saw it just now in my mind is when we mix up water in like a beach pot, a beach fucking bucket, right? A sand bucket, right? And we mix up the water and it's dirty, and then we wait a few minutes and it starts to subside. We are literally in dirty waters, but in the best way possible if you really, really think about it. Because what we're doing is we're trying to figure out where to go. We're trying to figure out what's important. So this week is a practical week in that as the dirt is settling, as things are becoming clearer and clearer, we have to put our developments, we have to put an assignment, I should say, on our development. Oh, so if this thing happens and this thing settles and this thing is proven to be clear and true, give that an assignment. For instance, if I find out that I have a good friend that's always by my side, hold on to that good friend, even though 6 of them fell. Does that make sense? If I find out that I'm an entrepreneur and I have 6 or 7 different streams of income and only 2 of them are bringing me money, bringing me attention, bringing me understanding and reputation, clear out the other ones, or at least give them less energy and build on what is solid. That's practical. That's devotion. That's moving forward to what is making you shine. Does that make sense to y'all? Understand that? Thank you, Nicole Butler. In any case, today, what's so tricky today, though? What's tricky, and you're going to find this to be the rhythm throughout the week, is that this Pisces energy is somewhat, I want to say losing, but it's so far away from us and oftentimes can be incredibly ambiguous that we're not paying attention to it as much. But earth signs and practicality likes the ambiguousness of Pisces energy. Why? Because it's soft and it's gentle and it's imaginative and it's hopeful. And practicality only asks for the hopeful things to share, to be shared, so it can build on that. Does that make sense? Oh shit, that just hit me like right now. Does that make sense? I know that sounds simple, but think about it again. Let me say it again if I can. The bottom line is that earth signs look to water. Earth looks to water because earth says that is a possibility. That is the biggest part of my imagination. That is spirit. So if I take those good things, them hopeful things, those prosperous things, those emotional things, look into water still, right? The things that flow, the things that hold memory, the things that make my heart flutter, look into water still. Earth can say, oh, I can make something out of that. I can build something out of it. I can make it known in my heart that this is what's important, and thus I can share. I know I love to share. The only way you can share is to make it fucking a product, to make it practical, to make it feasible, to make it realistic, as Earth sign does. Y'all get this? Y'all get this? Okay. So here's the deal. I say all that to say is that the moon will be quincunxing Jupiter and Neptune. So the moon in Leo today says, that idealistic way of being Neptune is so flighty. That's kind of out there. That idealistic way of getting things, Jupiter, is so flighty. It's so out there. I want y'all to do yourself a favor. If you find yourself in that position tonight, where you're not believing in your dreams, you're not believing in the unseen, you're not believing in the hopeful, because the rest of the week, the practicality and the rituals in which I'm hoping that you will engage in will cement the hopeful. But tonight, there may be a little, bitch, you don't need that. You need something a little bit more realistic. Kick rocks on that. You don't need that. You need somebody to show up. Now, pause, because that's going to irritate you and it's not going to set you up for what's happening tomorrow. Yo, tomorrow's the big dog. One of them this week. Let me tell you why. Now, let me finish my thought. With the moon in Leo, quincunxing Jupiter and Neptune, again, it's shunning on your ideas. Again, it's shunning on all things Piscean, all things spiritual, all things not yet in form, unseen, but feels so fucking good. It's shunning on that because Leo can get a little snarky sometimes. Leo is like, Kick rocks because I'm the best. I'm the lion. And at the same time, that Leo be sitting in the corner like, ain't nobody talking to me. Don't know I want to play. No, because you told everybody to kick rocks, motherfucker. You told them that what they was bringing was unimportant to that Pisces energy. But you can't do that this time around. You know why? Because tomorrow, Jupiter and Neptune, who's going to be affected by the moon tonight, right? So if you kicking rocks on Jupiter and Neptune, when they come together tomorrow in conjunct, you will not be present, in my opinion, the way I see this, for the blessings that's coming down. Bust this. Jupiter and Neptune are conjuncting, sliding into Tuesday. Jupiter and Neptune are conjuncting for the first time in the longest time. Do you know when they will conjunct again? I'll wait. Let me take a little sip. Take a guess. When do you think Jupiter and Neptune will be in the same signs again? There might be a little delay, so we can get some little party move, some music. No, yeah, okay. I mean, it's better than Jeopardy music. Nobody's guessing. Nobody's guessing. Okay. The next time Neptune and Jupiter will be together is 2188. That's a big freaking deal. That means you will not see Jupiter and Neptune join forces again until 2188. Now, pause. The last time they joined forces was before in the roaring 20s, believe it or not. And Jupiter and Neptune were in Leo. I got this little information on my research just to let you know I can't give total credit. I got a little information on my research and I was just blown away that I was like, I'm going to repeat this shit. I'm just going to repeat it because people need to know. Jupiter and Neptune was in Leo right before the 20s, right? 1920s, which brought about the roaring 20s. Y'all get that? Because what happened is Jupiter brings this force of power, optimism, opportunities, overwhelming sensation. Like Jupiter is the hugest party. It's the fucking rave that needs to go down. So when you put Jupiter in blessings and rewards and spirituality, heightened spirituality, when you put Jupiter in conjunction, meaning blending it together with Neptune, all things will be on blast that Jupiter is bringing, the blast that Neptune is representing. Oh, shit. So that means before the roaring 20s, Jupiter brought the huge party in Leo that hit Neptune in Leo. So that means all things was roaring. All things was music. All things was fancy. All things was pop my collar. If you think of Leo, you think of, oh, celebration. You think of generosity. They was fucking flowing with liquor and sex and cigarettes and music and on tops of tables, roaring 20s. Think about it. Leo style. Are y'all with me? Intuitively, are you with me? Understand how important this is. So for all those that are dissing spirit, for all those that are knocking down this Neptune energy that needs to fly through, that's been flying through, y'all know I fucking repeat shit all the time. Neptune and Pisces energy has been flying through, gearing us up for this moment, y'all. Understand this. Understand this. For a while. Right? If you are shitting on it tonight because you get a little irritable by the fact that all things are unseen, all things are spiritual, are not necessarily coming into play. And that shit Sonya been talking about some bullshit. I'm gonna start watching her on YouTube because she ain't talking about nothing. No, I'm trying to tell you, you got to pay attention. And you can't kick rocks or shit on or diss what's coming through because then it won't find you. Because then it won't find you. That was not a hiccup in your video. I just like sometimes the way I say shit and how it has a rhythm. And being the poet / hip hop lady that I am, sometimes I got to ride and come back on that rhythm. It's like a skipped record in my head. Anyway, the bottom line is that Neptune and Jupiter are coming together tomorrow in Pisces, the precursor to our roaring whatever it's going to be. And being that it's in Pisces, it won't roar like that roaring 20s that was in Leo and it was a party. It's going to roar with spirit. It's going to roar with your heart's intention. It's going to roar with music, with art. It's going to roar with all things that you dream to be, to have. All things that are ethereal and out there. All things that are compassionate, that are unconditional. If you are not on that line for that, if you are not open to all things that feel like love, that pronounce love, that want to be understood as love, as light, as compassion, as knowing, even though you can't see it, trusting the faith, the understanding of spirit, you understand? Then you're going to miss the roar that this Jupiter and Neptune is bringing together to present to us, to create a whole nother existence, a whole nother piece of life. Are y'all getting this? Y'all get it? Y'all really do? I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Wait. I see the hearts and I see okay. That's a big deal, y'all. It's not going to come like that. That Jupiter and Neptune ain't coming like that again in Pisces to 2188. That's come on. Because this is the real, I can't express it any further anymore. This is the real exclamation on it, is that Pisces is the end. Do y'all get that? Pisces is the end. It's the last of something that we need to dump in order to move on and move forward in a new light of celebration. Y'all get that? Jupiter and Neptune, that's a party, an ethereal party, a party that God ordered, that your ancestors ordered. How it's going to come out depends on the energy, like Leo or like Pisces, right? But when they come together, they allow an explosion to happen that can better your life or can fucking drown your life. So on the contrary of that, this is tomorrow, y'all. On the contrary of that, if you're the person that's been drowning yourself in alcohol for the last 6, 7, 8 months, a person who's been smoking blunt after blunt, a person who's been trying to, would rather just stay in denial and I don't see nothing that's happening right now. I'm just going to stay right here and block out the world until it's over. Are the people who are going to miss MISS, miss that love and that light that's coming down from that Neptune, from that Piscean energy, who's going to miss the closing of something, is going to miss the closing of their own incarnation. Here's the thing. To some people, it looks like a racket. It looks like a really big event. It looks like it could possibly be death in your life, in your heart, in your family, or whatever the case may be. Not to say that Jupiter and Neptune bring death, but it's to say that other things are closing out around you. So this Neptune and Jupiter can bring a new life. You can't have a party in a goddamn dirty ass bucket. There's no way. So this is not personal. This ain't personal. It has to end so we can bring another type of party, so we can bring another type of heart, another type of form of compassion and love in which this planet is desperate for, in which the people in your family are desperate for. Squirrel, I had a fucking download the other day. And I was telling my girl Nick this too. I had a download that said, why? And this is so obvious, but I really had to question myself. And I thought, I'm going to share this with y'all. Why do we hurt the people that are closest to us? There should, in my opinion, and should I don't use too lightly, there should be a way in which we can come together and love on those that are closest to us to revolutionize the concept of love. Instead, we put our traumas, we put our hurt, we put our fuck ups on those that are closest to us because we want to beat them up. So because we've been trying to beat ourselves up, or we've been beating ourselves up. Because we've been beating ourselves up, we want to beat the ones that are closest to us. So how about this? How about you love yourself so you can love those that are around you, so more love can come inside you, so you can join that Jupiter Neptune party. Are y'all hearing me, or am I motherfucking screaming and sweating off the top of my lungs because for my own fucking energy here, my own sake here? I can't stop talking about how it's important to inject love. It's important, even when it's hard, even when people are looking at you, calling you all kinds of motherfuckers and bitches and assholes. I'm so sorry you believe that I'm an asshole. I do know myself a lot better than you do, and I know that I'm not an asshole. What I said could possibly sound like an asshole kind of thing, but I'm wondering if the asshole in you is recognizing the potential asshole in me. I'm just saying. Don't fall on those asshole niches no more. Cancel, delete all of that. It's about love. So I'm gonna let you be the asshole, but I'm gonna come with you with a big old hug. You want a hug? Oh, you don't? Okay, that's cool. I'll see you later. Because I don't have time for it. Jupiter and Neptune is coming together and they're trying to get me the fucking Skittles. I got time to wasting on your ass when I'm Skittles out here. What you doing? I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about it. Really, 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 really tap into that. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day as well. The moon goes into Virgo. I had to stay on that a little bit long, y'all. I hope y'all don't mind. Please give me the likes if you need to. Let people know that we're talking about this thing. Okay. Tomorrow, the moon goes into Virgo at 10:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. When it does that, it will trine Mercury. Did y'all know? Did you know that Mercury went into Taurus yesterday? Oh, so it's about practical thinking. I said this week is kicking off practicality. And because the moon is in Virgo, Mercury being in Taurus, hooking up with Virgo moon is a really nice little thing. So the bottom line is, if I'm thinking practically, if I'm communicating practically, if I'm planning practically, my emotions need to be in the same line as that. Do y'all get that? Yes, y'all. So regardless if you a fire sign, an air sign, or earth sign, you got to get on board with this practicality. And in my opinion, as an astrologer, it's my responsibility to pay attention to everything in the sky that says, if you're going to be practical about a thing, be practical about that fucking Jupiter and Neptune come together. That's what you need to be practical about. Goddamn, I'm sweating. I'm hot because it's hot. It's a hot situation. It's a necessary thing that we jump on. Be practical about that. So Sonia, goddamn, how can I do that? Pray. Do you know that prayer is the most practical thing that you can do when it involves spirit? Y'all bugging if you don't know. And I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to remind you. Our grandmothers they dragged us to fucking church for that. At the end of the day, you think about it. It got nothing to do with them hot ass stockings or the half of pieces of gum that we used to eat out of our grandmother's pocketbook that had a little, dirt on the bottom of the. No, the half ass tissue that had the white. Had nothing to do with the choir. Had nothing to do with the fine ass deacon that your grandmother always wanted to look at. Had nothing to do with that. It had to do with prayer, being in the discipline of prayer. That's how you call on your blessings. And let me tell you something. I was about to get real Leo, but pull it back some because I'm excited. In my opinion, the best way to pray is to address the things that are hard for you to do, hard for you to say, hard for you, the hardest way for you to live. Do y'all get this? Oftentimes we pray for other people's safety and our protection and all of that. That's a beautiful thing. It's an awesome thing to pray for somebody else's protection. But how about pray for your reaction if something didn't go the way that you wanted to? Think about that. How about it was somebody's duty to pass yesterday, get hit by a car? I'm knocking on wood because I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody. And I'm superstitious like that. But say that that protection didn't happen within that prayer. In my opinion, the proper prayer is to pray for how you would react and hold yourself up if something unfortunate happened. How you can reverse the asshole in you. How you can listen better. Prayers are necessary, in my opinion, when it has everything to do with you being a better person and how you conduct yourself through this world. Everybody else, you're not in control of. You're not in control of what they think about you and how they react to you and what their opinion of you is. And if they think you fly, or if they think you skinny, they think you smart, or they're gonna pay you more money because you're worth it. You don't have this, you're not responsible for that. You're just responsible for your reactions of a thing and your perception of a thing. I'm going on a rampage because this is what Jupiter coming together with Neptune looks like. Are y'all understanding this? And because it's so practical this week, again, based on the earth sign and the earth energies that's flying through, we got to be able to assess this in our brain, make a plan, do a thing, and wait for the shit to grow. That's what earth signs do. They are practical in that sense. They believe that the energy that they put behind it is going to merit some type of growth. That's just who they are. It's logical to them. It's logical to that energy. Jump on board. Please Put the prayers out there. Please stay in meditation tomorrow, tonight, and all day tomorrow. Please open up your heart and receive. Please, squirrel. I know that there's a few people that I'm downloading like crazy. So please forgive me and let me take my time. Every now and again, I come on here and just give y'all facts. And every now and again, something happens and somebody takes over my heart. So I just go with it. I forgot what I was going to say. Holy sheep shit. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. I promise. It'll come back. I'm going to let it. So tomorrow, that's the thing, right? So we're preparing ourselves. We're preparing for this practicality through our prayers, through our meditations, through our connections. Oh. Thank you, Spirit. So what I was going to say is tomorrow, I do know there's one or two people on here that has a hard time receiving because somebody told you didn't deserve it all. Somebody told you that you should only take 2 out of the 4. Leave the rest for somebody else who need it. Somebody told you don't waste your food. Don't waste this. It comes down to having this lack of this welfare mentality, this idea and this scarcity mentality, this idea of like you can't have more. You can't have all of it. Now, here's the other flip side of it. You probably don't need all of it. The other flip side is that if we were to take everything that we receive and what we're deserving, we can share the rest. Oh, sharing is caring? Yeah, your grandmother told you that too. But somewhere along the line in the 1980s and the 90s when fucking crack was out there and everybody was driving red cars and Ferraris and sniffing coke and Puffy decided to spend $1 million on a goddamn video, everybody thought that you need to spend all the money. Waste all the money. Don't share it, put it out there. No. Neptune and Jupiter's come together saying, yo, if you're going to receive, take it all so you can give the rest. Anything that you don't need, you can give. Wouldn't you rather be in possession of $1 million and put it in the right place than give that $1 million to the next dude on the subway who's going to take that and eat that shit in Ibiza somewhere? Wouldn't you rather be responsible for the millions? So receive it. Accept it, open up to it, not just the money, but the love, not just the love, the shift perspective, not just the shift perspective, your open relationship with your mother and your father, your new relationship with your siblings, all of that shit, anything that can open up your heart, go for it. Receive it. You have to receive. Don't DM me in a week or two and be like, oh, that Neptune Jupiter shit ain't working for me, Sonia. Well, did you open up your arms, motherfucker, or was you sitting on the porch, brooding, looking like ain't nobody coming? The mailman ain't coming. No, the mailman ain't coming. The mailman's at my house. The mailman's at my house. Because I gave that motherfucker some milk and cookies. We done sat down and shared all kinds of stories. We done smoked a spliff and all kinds of shit. The mailman is at my house. Because you sitting there and waiting for the mailman to come. Ain't gonna give him an attitude when he get there and tell him he got there late. You should be like, where's Sonia's house? I'm gonna come to your house. I'm just saying. Think about it. The thing about it tomorrow is that with that Jupiter and Neptune that I took 5 years to talk about, and that moon trine in Mercury, getting your heart and your mind together so you can ask, so you can be practical, so you can tap in. Also, the sun and Saturn is coming together favorably. Oh, that's so dope. That's so dope. You know why? Because Saturn goes, so let's work. Like a doctor. Let's go to work, like for real. Put some personal intention and force or shine on a thing, and less emotional response in the need to work. Roll up your sleeves. Roll up your sleeves. Not only do we get practical and go to work for our prayers, but we get practical and we go to work for other people. Now we go outside, we open up the door and we smile at our neighbor. Even though that motherfucker is crazy and he look like a goddamn pedophile. Smile at him. How you doing? You good? He'll be shocked as hell because you're not 12. I know that sounds really twisted, but forgive me. My mind goes there sometimes. But at least he needs the love. He gets the love. And maybe it'll make him so full, he won't go do something crazy the next day. I didn't want to go further with that example, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Open up. Give it to him. Go to work. and give it to the people. All right, Wednesday. Let's talk about it. The moon is going to be in Virgo still, but it's going to be opposite Venus because you know why, y'all? We got Neptune in Pisces, we got Venus in Pisces, we got Jupiter in Pisces, and dare I say it, what was the day? Oh, we ain't get there yet. Thursday, we're going to have Mars in Pisces. So do y'all understand why this Pisces information is necessary? Now, squirrel, who's going to have a hard time with this? People who have sun, moon, and rise in Sag or in Gemini. Why? Because Pisces energy squares that information. And Sages are like, y'all just want to have fun. I just want to see the bigger picture. Y'all taking too long. And Gemini's like, I just need the information. I just need to execute in these compartments. Fuck all this fuey, happy, loving, flowers are beautiful kind of attitude, right? I just want the information. Yeah, but y'all have to slow down and respect this energy that's in the sky. Because if you don't get it, you don't get the lesson of the time. Does that make sense? Are y'all with me? Charlene, you with me? Charlene B, you look new. I'm so happy you here, young lady. Okay, here's the deal. So get ready. Get ready. So, okay, I was going to say this. All right, so the moon is going to be opposition Venus. So tomorrow, Wednesday, possibly, maybe, I said, be a little discerning with your love and your money and your desire, right? Ask better questions. Discriminate and be an advocate for your heart. Virgo care. So the bottom line is this. If Venus is going to be in Virgo, if the moon is going to be in Virgo and Venus is going to be in Pisces, there's a balancing that needs to happen. Opposition and balancing is not as challenging or arduous than squares. Opposition just says, I need to find this perspective and ride it like a seesaw and make sure that I can balance it out and make it fair for myself, right? So Wednesday is about balancing that emotional understanding of Virgo who needs to get to ask the questions, to be discerning in order to get the unconditional love, Venus and Pisces. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example. Ask your dude, does he care? Ask your dude to take out the garbage. Ask your mother, what did she do when you was 10 years old? Instead of you relying on a memory that says my mother used to beat me all day, damn day. Ask better questions on Wednesday is what it says, because it can throw off your understanding of what this Pisces energy is trying to bring us if you don't have a clear understanding of what's going on, because the moon in Virgo controls our emotions when it's sparked by logic or illogical things. And it's quite illogical for you to believe that your mother and father hate you because you hate them now. I'm just saying. Maybe they didn't do some things that you would have done or wouldn't have done if you was a parent, but that don't mean they hate you. Ask better questions on Wednesday for sure, so you can stay on top of this Pisces energy that's flowing through. Y'all got me? Now, this is what I want y'all to remind you of, because I've been saying it for the last goddamn 900 years. The moon will be trining Uranus once again, because it's been trining Uranus for a little while. Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is going to stick around for a really long time, to be quite honest with you, for the next 6 years. But here's the thing, though. Or a little bit less. But here's the thing, though. The moon is in Virgo. So if the moon is coming together with Uranus, there's another propulsion, an emotional injection of the changes that are about to happen. Uranus is change. Uranus is drastic change. Uranus is innovative change. Uranus is surprise. So there may be some surprises that come up around Wednesday for you. What I said is stay ready emotionally because of the surprises and the changes that are coming. If you know something is happening, brace yourself. Brace yourself for the changes to be the best changes of your fucking life. Why? Because I've been screaming about this too. I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to that Jupiter and Neptune come together, and that's tomorrow. That's why I'm so goddamn hyped and I'm sweating. But I'm also looking forward to the North Node, which is purpose, coming together with Uranus, which is the change. Now, this is how I work as an astrologer. If all of these aspects are happening throughout the months, if the moon is constantly hitting Uranus, it's preparing us emotionally. The moon preparing us emotionally when it hits Uranus for the change. And then all of a sudden on July 21st, Good God. July 31st, the North Node and Uranus come together. Now you have gotten the switch up. Now the North Node says, I'm changing shit for your purpose. I've been trying to get you ready for it for the last X amount of years, year and a half to 2 years. Trust and believe, because that's how long I've been screaming on it since Uranus went into Taurus, right? This is going to be a big deal when that North Node hits it, because once Uranus hits the North Node, we are all put on a whole nother trajectory this way, whichever way that is, meaning that all roads may close, may change. And it may not be to the favor to where you want to go. Why? Because you might be that person that likes sitting in the past. You might be that person who's like a tried and true kind of motherfucker. Like, you know, I go to the same bagel shop every day. Why the bagel shop got to burn up and close? Well, because it's time for it to go. Why do I need to move to New York when I love LA? Because it's time for you to go. Why do X, Y, and Z people need to leave? Why does my money need to bottom out in order for me to start over? Because it's time for you to start over. When that North Node comes together on the same degree as Uranus on July 31st, and some will be feeling it throughout July. Some will feel it throughout August, but that's the day in which they come together specifically, like to same degree and everything. When that happens, we are all being shifted. I gives a fuck what you want any longer, is what Uranus said. And North Node is going to say, it's time to go. It's time to change. I've been preparing you. That's what they say. Can y'all please just pay little attention to what I say? I'm not saying I'm a guru. I'm not saying I'm goddamn Jesus out this motherfucker. But pay attention to your own life and how it's nudging you to go this way and how resistant you are to that. If you are resistant, when that North Node hits that Uranus, it's going to feel like some cold air coming up your booty. I'm just saying. You know those days if you live on the East Coast and you got a skirt and you want to look cute, but then the wind goes up your fucking skirt and blows everything, the whole neighborhood can see your panties. The bottom line is you're going to be cold and embarrassed because everybody else is going that way. I'm preparing y'all, even myself. Y'all get that? I really hope so. And you know, I'm going to say that again, but I have to remind y'all every now and again that there's a reason for the universe doing what it does. There's a reason for these planets coming together and orchestrating and harmonizing the way that they do. It's not to bring us down, to make us sad. It's not personal. It is necessary for evolution. Evolution of your life, evolution of a little tree's life outside, evolution of mystic's life, evolution of everything that's living. We all have to go and graduate together because we are one. We are one. I'm not going to leave you. You're not going to leave me. But you might not like where I'm going. And I may get an attitude every now and again. But we all going in the same direction. Do y'all get this? I really, really pray. So on Thursday, Mars goes into Pisces. Again, we're going to have Neptune, Jupiter in the sky, Venus, that's what I said, Venus, and goddamn Mars in Pisces. Now, Mars is coming putting this little stink on it. Now, let me tell you a little story about Mars and Pisces. It ain't a real story, but bust this. Mars in Pisces is not only hella passive aggressive, and not only is it going to get what it needs to get when it's going to get it, but it always gets it right on time. Those that like to control shit, force shit, do it according to their will, gonna have a really, really hard time with that Mars and Pisces information. That Mars and Pisces information is catching up with Neptune and Jupiter and Venus. Y'all get that, right? Because it's the last planet in this particular episode to join that Pisces energy. So here comes the little sister, I'm going to say, Mars, like the little sister saying, wait up, let me catch up. Mars is saying, wait up, let me catch up with determination, with understanding of action, confrontation of some sort, with some nice loving and heart-connected sex. Squirrel, you know, some good lay down, some good D, some good passionate flower-making love is one of the best, in my opinion, sources of ambition, for the lack of a better way of saying it, in a scientific, respectable way of putting it, is fucking initiating. When you had a good night's sleep with a good night dude or chick, you wake up the next morning wanting to do everything and take care of everybody's grandparent. I'm just saying, think about it. Mars deals with sex too. But this Mars in Pisces says we need to move in a way that is benefiting the hearts and souls of all, in compassion, in love, in beauty, in understanding, in spirit, in the unseen, in faith, in passive aggressive shit. Sometimes it's a little idealistic. Let's go up this mountain. Sonia, you know that mountain is full of rocks and snakes, but for some reason, I think God is on that mountain. Squirrel, if I ever say that Mount Shasta, this goddamn retreat, I don't know, you might want to get some GPS just to make sure Sonia is going up the right mountain, because I'm a little cuckoo crazy sometimes. I'll be leading motherfuckers up and they be like, wait, we've been walking this mountain for 25 years. Yeah, we have, but we're almost there. I'm lying, I'm trying to be funny. But the bottom line is that there is a way to go. When Mars in Pisces says, let's go this way, it may not know where it's going. That's the point. And sometimes we have to trust not only our intuition, but trust the people around us that have that tapped in a little bit more. Not on some guru shit, on some preacher shit, but in a way in which you can trust it until you go, okay, I got it from here. Y'all get that? That's all we used for. Such and such gave me information. Cool, I got it. I'm going to give you this information. Good, I got it. To the next person, that information. Good, I got it. Y'all get that? I hope so, because I feel like I'm talking in circles. You get it, right? Okay. So that Mars in Pisces, that's hitting. By the way, that's hitting at 11:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, the 14th. Oh, and that's my girl Nick's birthday. And it's my cousin Randy's birthday. So that's a good day. Get inspired with the heart, with that compassionate space. All right. The moon is going to be in number, before it goes into, The moon will be in Virgo. So the moon will be in Virgo on Thursday before it goes into Libra, right? And that's going to be opposition Jupiter and Neptune. This is what I put. Watch out for denial as your response to goodness of the unseen, and try not to be particular when it comes. So that moon in Virgo will say, oh, okay, I understand all this Piscean energy, but as it's coming down, let me decipher which I should use and which I shouldn't, what I'm going to be afraid of and what I'm not, because Virgo energy sometimes can be a little logical and a little particular about some things. And if it doesn't look the way it should look, and it doesn't look as tried and true, it will pass on some shit. You got to find a balance of that on Thursday, because it may not, again, look as tried and true. All things Pisces is happening in the sky, even though we're in Aries season. Oh, this is the season of the baby and the old lady. Yep. Pisces being the old lady, Aries being the baby. That baby can hook off and hook a nice little left when it needs to, but it can also hook off and start some shit where the old lady will finish it. That's how you deal with this energy. Start the thing that you know that you need to start, and allow your wisdom, your genius, your compassionate heart, follow it through in the way spirit wants it. You may not be able to control the follow through, but just let yourself be led through prayer, through connection, through understanding of what Pisces is all about. Are y'all hearing me? Did I just wake somebody up? I woke my goddamn self up, because this week is a powerful week. It's about solidifying all the goodness that's coming through, man. And it's coming through in droves. Y'all want to talk about it? Write something. Ask me a question. Please, I love questions. Just don't wait for the free read at the end, okay? Ask a damn question. Thursday also, come on, if that's not enough, if it's not enough for the moon in its practical nature in Virgo, trying to balance itself out with Jupiter and Neptune, right? The moon is trining Pluto, because Pluto is still in goddamn Capricorn. Yeah. Me and Nick had a conversation about this, man. We need that Pluto to be out of Capricorn, because it's really fucking with a lot of Libras and a lot of Aries, at least for the past goddamn almost 10 years. It's been a minute, not 10, at least 8. The bottom line is this. It's not easy. It's not easy. And but on Thursday, with that moon in Virgo trining Pluto, it's about stepping into your power. At the same time, Pisces energy is showing us power. At the same time, because the moon is in Virgo and Pluto is in Capricorn, earth signs holding it down. Oh, so that means on Thursday, I'm going to feel that power to indoctrinate those rituals, to indoctrinate those prayers, to indoctrinate the plan. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That Pisces energy is given because the moon came together with Pluto to discover that power and make it transform. Because Pluto is about transformation. Come on. And power and authority of other people, but most importantly, of yourself. Are y'all feeling this, or is it me? How does this impact you if you have Aries North Node? I don't know which part you're talking about, Heath, because I said a lot of things. So I don't know which one you're saying. How is the moon impacting your North Node? How is the North Node impacting your North Node? Remember, there's compartments in astrology. So if you could be a little bit more specific, brother, I would gladly answer your question. Okay, Michelle, I did wake you up. I saw somebody shaking in my head when I screamed. Okay, and then at the same time on Thursday, that moon in Virgo is going to quincunx Mars. So even though that Mars kicks off all things Pisces, the moon, when it goes into Libra, my bad. When it goes into Libra, it's going to quincunx Mars because Libra is a quincunx to Pisces energy. So when it goes into Libra, it might get a little tricky because then that's that full moon energy. There's a full moon in Libra on Saturday. So when the moon goes into Libra at the tail end of Thursday and it irritates the fuck out of that Pisces Mars, now you don't want to move. Now you're not believing the unseen and its movements. Now you're not believing the powerful ritual of prayer and faith and trust. Why? Because here comes that Libra full swelling energy asking us to be fair and asking our partners to step up to the plate. And that's when my heart starts to get a little bit heavy because here's the deal. There are times in which we believe in ourselves and our power, and we feel good about that thing. We can build buildings, we can birth babies, we can do whatever we want. But when we have to rely on the partnership of another, sometimes it always feels like we're leaking air out of our back pocket, like a balloon that has a slow leak or something, because we're waiting for our partner to bring up their end of the bargain, so to speak. And with this full moon in Libra this weekend, excuse me for burping, you may not feel that your partner is bringing up its end, and you may get to your head, full moon, fullness, accumulation of something, culmination. I always mess up that word. Culmination of something. So you're looking at your partner like, yo, are you going to be a partner or are you going to kick rocks? Is your business partner going to be a partner or are they going to kick rocks? Emotionally, I am full of what you're doing or not doing, and it's fucking driving me bananas. We need to talk about that. Here's the deal. Don't let the full moon in Libra take you out, especially take you out of all things Pisces. Because on Friday with that moon, it's not full yet, but on Friday when that moon is in Libra all day, it's going to quincunx your Mercury, your Venus, and Uranus all day. That's the quincunx, Sonia. All day. I switched over to Saturday. Mercury. Yeah, it's going to quincunx Mercury, Venus, and Uranus. So overall irritating day. That's what I put. There's a sense of justice or partnerships that needs to be addressed, and the way that you think and love and desire to be changed and to be original. It may be punishing, but ease up on it. I'm going to summarize that again. The bottom line is that the irritation comes from the fact that what it is that you believe that your partner can and cannot do, what they are addressing or they're not addressing, how they're loving you or how they're not loving you, the desires that they're putting out and what you are holding on to. It's keeping you away from the change. It's keeping you away from where we're going. You understand? That Uranus meeting that North Node soon come. It almost feels like a little speed bump in the road. Why is my partner or the lack of a partner or the lack of justice, all things Libra, slowing me down? Why? I feel so irritated by that. Don't be succumbed by it. Don't let it take over you. It's temporary, because possibly maybe your partner is going through something that you don't know. Possibly maybe they are swelling in their own way that you don't know. Remember, this is Aries season. And although I love Aries energy, I have a couple of really good people that are close to my heart who are Aries people. Aries watches out for self. Understand that. That's the baby part of Aries. That's the juvenile, because it only knows that as long as I'm good, I can help everybody else be good. You get that? So if you're irritated by the fact that there's some changes that need to be made, and your partner doesn't necessarily see it yet, you might be too stuck in where you are. I'm just saying, because it's Aries season. Let the transit that day, temporary astrological forecast, that's what a transit is, let it blow by so they can recognize how dope of a partner you are. As long as you stay true to you, and as long as you stay true and clear to being the partner that you want to be to them and to have for yourself, that's all that matters. They'll come back around to it. And if they don't, they need to kick rocks. If they don't, it's probably time to end this. I'm just saying. But most of y'all out there, that ain't the case. It's about just readjusting what it means to be a partner to another and to have a partner be for you. You understand? Talk about it. Get with it. But Friday, if you're not ready to have a heart open conversation, you might want to be away from your partner just for a minute, because that's going to be an irritable day. And then on Saturday, it's going to reach its irritability with the full moon hitting at 2:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Just before the moon goes into Scorpio at 8:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When that full moon swells on Saturday, possibly, maybe Saturday night is the night that you can have that deep conversation when the moon goes into Scorpio. You see how that plays? So if the moon is swelling in full moon Libra style and your partner's not seeing you eye to eye, wait till Saturday night or Sunday morning. When that moon in Scorpio goes, okay, now my emotions want to get deep. Where you been swimming? What you been feeling? Because this is what I've been feeling. And with Pisces hovering, possibly, maybe you can get that compassion on you that can make you understand the depths of their feeling. Does this make sense? Yes, yes, Ashe? I put way too many words down here for a chick who is losing her eyesight to read. Okay, Saturday still. The moon, when it's in what? Libra, is going to trine Saturn, because Saturn is in Aquarius. Do the work with and for your partner and make what's right peaceful. Make what's peaceful right. That's what I put, right? So I already said that. Also, Saturday, there's going to be more irritation because because that moon will be in Libra for a little while. It's going to hit Neptune and Jupiter too. It's going to hit Neptune and Jupiter. So again, Friday, rolling into Saturday, that full moon and that partnership sector, you just may want to smile, grin, and bear it just for a little bit, because it's a lot of irritation. And with Jupiter going up against the moon and Neptune going up against the moon on Saturday, just after that full moon, you could be irritated by the ambiguous, or are you not tapping in to hear deeper? I'm just saying. Are you irritated by what your partner is saying and doing, or not saying and doing, or you just don't want to go deep? That's the real question. It's all on you. It really is all on you. It's all on us. Oftentimes we go, well, he did this, she did this, and we want to point fingers. What you putting out, though? How are they showing you their reflection, your reflection? I'm just saying. You have to examine that this weekend. Only in a fair way and in a calm way and in an open-hearted Piscean way. Because if you go deep, too deep, and blame and shame with that moon in Scorpio, after that full moon hits and that moon in Scorpio slides into Scorpio, you may react like Scorpio energy. And that shit ain't never fun. That's Pluto style. That's blowing shit up. You know, Pluto is Scorpio's planet. That's blowing shit up without a warning. Like I said last week, it's like blowing up the building with the dogs and the cats and everything in the building. Does not care. Please don't get to that. It's way too much love in the air. It's way too much love in the air to have you blowing up spots. If it don't work no more, just kiss and leave. That's it. Find love somewhere else. Okay. And just like 2 days before, when you were given power with that moon favorably hitting Pluto on Saturday, it's gonna square. So that's what I'm saying. Saturday is a Saturday is the day that you better remember all this Pisces information is what I'm like slowly trying to say. There's a lot going on. Let me run this shit down. So the moon is squaring Pluto. The moon is opposition to sun. That's always the case on a full moon day. The moon is always going to opposition the sun. The moon is trining Mars. I didn't get to say that. It's about moving forward, because with the moon in Scorpio and Mars in Pisces at the end of Saturday, it'll be a good day to kick off. But for Friday and Saturday, before that happens, it's a lot of irritation. There's that full moon, again, to reiterate, there's that full moon in Libra. On Friday, there's the moon quincunxing, irritation to how you think, how you love, and the changes that are happening. There's irritation on Saturday to Jupiter and to Neptune, all that Pisces compassionate energy. So you don't want to change, nor do you want to be compassionate, or let's just say it's hard to do. It's an irritation to do. But by the end of the day, and you're going to be out of your power, so to speak, with the moon squaring up against Pluto. You may feel like somebody's trying to trump you, or you trying to trump yourself, so to speak. But at the end of Saturday, the moon and Mars come together. It could be a little tear jerking. You could cry a little bit, but get your motivation to keep going now. Now it's time to take all of that information, that understanding, that emotionality, and move forward, saying, okay, I got it. Wipe our tears. This is how you feel. Yes, this is how I feel. This is how you love. Yes, this is how I love. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. Let's make it work. Because above and beyond anything, love always wins, as corny as that shit sounds. On Sunday, happy Easter to those that celebrate. The moon will absolutely be in Scorpio. So, prepare for your preacher to go in. I'm just saying, you might go hard and heavy on that day. And I say it, like, preacher, calm down. It's all right, Scorpio style. The moon will be in Scorpio, but it's going to be opposition Mercury, because that's in Taurus. Opposition Venus, because that's in Taurus. No, it's in Pisces, ain't it? Didn't I just say it's in Pisces? Don't worry about that. No. 5-3. What's today's date? No, that's in May. So if it's going in Aries, it's in Pisces. Okay, that's what I thought. So why is it? Don't worry about me, y'all. I'm having a thought. On Sunday, the moon is opposition only Mercury and Uranus. I don't know what the fuck that Venus thing is about, because that's in Pisces. So the moon is opposition Mercury. Think before you speak, and opposition Uranus, because you don't want to change. I'm just saying. The weekend is crunchy in a way, because it comes in with a little irritation, like I just explained, and then it goes out on Sunday trying to balance out. Did I hear this right? Or is this motherfucker trying to dupe me? Or am I trying to dupe myself? That's the moon going up against Mercury. Did I feel this correctly? Are we changing, or are we going in the other direction? Because I don't necessarily want to change. Well, that North Node and Uranus is going to make you change, so you might just want to go with the change just because. I'm just saying. Sunday is a big question mark. Stay in prayer. It's not a typical Sunday. Just stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. That's all I got to say. I'm hella hot under this light, y'all. Y'all know I've gone through 2 goddamn circular lights, whatever. Forget what I was trying to tell Nicole what the hell that thing is. And they broke. So now I got to put this lamp up to get some illumination, and I'm hot. So it is heavy, Latrice, huh? But ain't nothing you can't pick up, chick. You know why? Because you bad and bougie like that. I didn't mean to say that. It just felt good. But you are a bad motherfucker. Bad meaning good. So you're going to handle it. I know that. Anybody have their sun, their moon, their rise? I'm going to do 2 quick reads, and then I'll be out of here so I can start my day and, continue my day, I should say. Anybody? Let me read through what everybody was saying. Yes, these energies have been strong in presence, incredibly present, incredibly present, Amon. I'm glad you said that. It's like every day, like every minute is a new minute. And that's always the case. But these days, if you don't respond to what's happening in the moment, you will get left. And you'll be moving too fast, or you'll be left. You just have to stay there. It don't matter what's about to happen. It matters what's going on right now. I'm just saying. Lakeisha Butts, your name is, your sun is in Cancer, Aquarius moon, and a Libra rising. Wow. That's interesting. I like all that air sign around your Cancer sun, though. Wait. Cancer sun, Libra moon. No, Cancer sun, Aquarius moon, Libra rise. So your Libra rise and your Cancer sun is a square. So you present yourself a whole lot different than who you are. Incredibly charming, incredibly, I call Libra energy dignified flirt. They're really, really dignified in the way that they flirt. They're a huge, huge flirt. And they just love people. They actually love the underdog. That Libra energy goes out there and you find the underdog. My mentor, Mama Nee, used to have a joke about Libra rising people and say, Libra rising people never go outside looking halfway put together because they have to present themselves. Libra rise is a presentation of beauty, of class and style. That's that Libra rise. But it's very opposite or very different than that Cancer sun, because that Cancer sun cares nothing about being beautiful, although we are all beautiful. Cancer people can be beautiful. It's not. It doesn't rely heavily on being dainty and the aesthetics of beauty, right? Cancer deals with the nurturing aspect of a thing. So as Libra energy is out there thinking and gravitating towards and bringing in the beauty and the fairness and partnerships all day long, right? Cancer is like, I'll nurture it. I'm going to get emotional about it. I'm going to respond how I respond, but I really want to hide out. Cancer wants to hide out. That Libra energy wants to be out. And then that moon in Aquarius is like, yeah, on some emotional response, I'll be out with you, Libra energy. I'll be out with you. I'll make sure that we stay happy. I'll make sure that we take care of people. I'll make sure that we remain the humanitarian that we are. I'll make sure sometimes our emotions are a little bit detached. Ooh, wait, hold on. Can't do that for a Cancer sun person. That's the trick that you have to like really, really relearn every day almost, is that Cancer energy is naturally emotional, and your natural emotional placement is in Aquarius, which doesn't want to emote, which is incredibly detached. That's tricky, honey. That's tricky. So you got to cry when it's time to cry. And if you don't want people to see you cry, you don't think it's important, force yourself to cry. That's what I'm saying. Watch Undercover Boss. I watch Undercover Boss when I want a good cry. I'm just saying. Yeah, man, anybody watch Undercover Boss? It's like one of the best shows because people really, they have X amount of money as a corporation to give away at the end of the year. So it ain't like they really want to give it away. They probably do, but at the end of the year, they have to for tax purposes. I'm just saying. The bottom line, that's my whole conspiracy mind. But the bottom line is that it makes me cry because people are like, oh my God, that little $20,000 that you was just going to throw away just changed my life. So watch Undercover Boss. I'm just saying. Cry. It'll help you. Can you repeat the relationship analogy of the square sun and the rise? The relationship analogy? What I just gave okay. In relationships or the square itself. The rising, my friend is acting like she ain't in my house, but she's in my house asking a question. I'm just letting you know. She says to repeat it because the rise being Libra and the sun being Cancer are in two different energies. So that Libra rise wants to do something totally different than the Cancer does. The Libra wants to be heady. It wants to deal with information. It wants to deal with making decisions. It wants to deal with the pros and cons of things. It is hell bent on planning, whereas Cancer energy feels. That's the real square. There's no planning when it comes to Cancer energy. That makes sense, Nicole? There's no planning. It's all feeling. It's all emotion. So when the Libra goes out there on her rise to plan a thing, Cancer don't really care about that. But it's helpful. And that's where I'm so sorry, Lakeisha, I think that was your name, who I just read. That's why it's important for you to decipher the two, because they can potentially go they can go head to head with one another, because the Cancer don't care what the Libra is going out there to get, and the Libra don't care that the Cancer is sitting home emoting, watching Undercover Boss. To be truthful with you, it wants to go out there and talk to some more people in the flirt. You dig? Very superficial kind of level. But the point of the matter is it's coming from two different places. When it comes to squares, we have to learn how to utilize them both, because even though we may not agree, they're absolutely both helpful. Does that help you, Nicole? They're helpful because the Cancer needs to learn how to stop crying every now and again and get the information that the Libra wants. And the Libra has to know how to connect it to the emotions that the Cancer prides itself on managing. You're Cancer sun. You're not Libra. You're not an air sign. You have to emote. So you have to give reverence to that position. I hope that makes sense. That's good, Nick? Okay. Oh, thank you, Aman. She is teaching some true quality energy and emotional work needed, as well as how to stay ready, even when we don't feel it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's our responsibility, don't you think? We got to help each other, prepare each other. We in this together. Trust and believe. Do you know, Squirrel? Sometimes I will come back and watch my own goddamn thing. They'll be like, what'd she say? Just because I forget in the midst of my sweat and channeling shit. I'm like, wait, God, what's happening again? So I'm in it with y'all. All right. One more, and then we'll keep it pushing. Yoga flow. Pisces sun, I got you. Pisces sun, Gemini rising, and Scorpio moon. Ooh, wee. Yoga flow with Kisa. You mind me asking you how young you are? And if you do mind, because you got that Scorpio moon and you don't like to divulge information, I get it. Just give me a roundabout. Only because Spirit said address her age. The bottom line is that if you are in a space of immaturity, my love, that Scorpio moon can have its way sometime with that Gemini rising that just don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. You don't have to answer, but understand this. If you're still trying to work through the fact that your moon, let me say that again, your sun and your rising, your sun being in Pisces, your rising being in Gemini, they don't get along. That Pisces sun is very, very compassionate, very understanding, very much of a lover, very much of a sponge, an emotional sponge, which actually it actually sets up a weird space for that Gemini rise. I'm gonna tell you why. Because even though that Gemini rise is square to that Pisces sun, that Gemini rising is a wide open window for all things emotional and all things informational. Meaning that Gemini energy, because it doesn't give a fuck and it's a little superficial. And I say that in a way that Gemini rising people oftentimes take in information like it's all good, everything's gonna be good, like it's Gemini, it's superficial. We just have the information, we can compartmentalize this shit. I'm smart, I can think it through, I'm intelligent, and by the way, if none of that shit works, I gives a fuck. Gemini rise, like for real, it absolutely doesn't. But the sun in Pisces cares all damn day, like absolutely too much. Sometimes it will self-sabotage. It cares so much. It will take the heinous and the blood and the sweat and the tears and the pain off everybody else and put it back on you. So my question to you is, how much are you gonna gives a fucks away to sacrifice your own heart and soul? Does that make sense? I don't know who you are, but the yoga lady, yoga flow with Kisa, I hope you're still in here. Shamir said, don't do me, Sonia, with your Gemini rising ass. I'm just saying. So the bottom line is that the more that Gemini energy for you, honey, takes in this information, it's setting the Pisces up to have to deal with it. And Pisces is that emotional sponge which handles everybody's emotions and swallows it and often becomes a victim because of it. Don't do that. Where's your moon again? Where's your moon again? Scorpio moon. And then again, depending on your age, again, you don't have to tell me if your moon is in Scorpio and now has a reaction, right? Now that the Pisces energy is too full, the emotions are too full, you can't go too far. Your Scorpio moon will lash out at a motherfucker. That little stinger will come up and get you real quick. And the Gemini rise will be like, I told you I didn't give a fuck. See you later. And the Pisces is like, what the fuck? We keep leaving carnages behind us. People keep dying. What are we doing? Scorpio's like, I told him. Gemini's like, fuck them. They'll get somebody else. They'll find something else to do. Remember, you are Pisces sun. I tell this to my clients all the time. Imagine us as the solar system and our sun absolutely running the show. If the sun, our sun sign, our sun energy dropped out of the sky, meaning you allowed your rising to run the show, your moon to run the show, and other planets and shit run the show, and the sun drops out, you're fucked up. We're all fucked up. If the sun drops out of the sky right now, there's no solar system. So regardless of your rising and what you put out there and what you defend yourself with, regardless of your moon and your emotions, you must give reverence to your sun sign. It runs the show. You need to check with your sun before you can do anything. Otherwise, you throw your core off and then the whole building comes down. Does that make sense, y'all? All right, I'm out of here. I want to have a good time with my friend and laugh a little bit and continue with the rest of my day. I hope this helped one or two or three of y'all out. If so, I did my job. I think so. If you have any quick questions, please be sure to put them in the chat real quick, or you can put them down in the comments. I come back and I check on you every now and again. Please share this information if you think it is relevant for someone who's going through something at this time. I'd really, really appreciate it. Please put your thumbs up, likes, and all that stuff that they do here on social media. I'll be really, really honest with you, and this is not for a pat on my back. I'm only on social media for y'all, to be quite honest with you. This social media shit is boring the hell out of me. You know why? Because I'm leaning into that Pisces shit. It got to be something better and new coming through, y'all. It got to be something more worth its weight than this shit. I'm just saying. I love connecting with you, but I don't want to see all the negative that's happening on social media. So I only come through so we can share this light. I want you to know that for real. That's the type of person I am. That's the type of astrologer that I am. If you want a personal reading, however, some never, you can always connect with me on my website, wordlifeastrology.com. And that is that. I love you too. Goodbye.